Welcome to Jersey Line. Pat O'Melia here, your pro football prognosticator. I went 8-8 last week, not the greatest. What was interesting, I was like 6-1, 7-1 coming out of the 1 o'clock games. Lost every other game. All the 4 o'clock, lost the 8 o'clock. The last game, I won Monday night. That's the only reason we have any kind of bank left. I won the spot and the over-under on that. So we got $140 that we're wheeling this week. And it's a good week, got a lot of great matchups. Brady is going back to New England this week. It's the 8 o'clock game Sunday. You had a lot of good games last week. I picked the Chargers beating KC. Arizona, Baltimore pulled it out. Arizona, you know, they play down to their level, their opponent. Record-breaking 66-yard field goal for Baltimore. I lost that game. I had Baltimore given the points. Detroit, I tell you what, I'm going to take Detroit this week. Well, I'd say we go with it. Detroit is starting to prove to me that maybe there's something there. All right, Thursday night's game. We got Jacksonville winless against one of my favorites from last year, and this year they're proven to be a favorite of mine, the Cincinnati Bengals. You got the kid, he's back, he looks good. Burrows, and now he's throwing to his old college wide receiver. I'm going to take Cincinnati, at Cincinnati, by the way. I'm laying 7.5 points. The over-under is 46.5. I'm taking Cincinnati versus Jacksonville, minus 7.5. Washington at Atlanta. Atlanta, of course, beat the Giants. Who doesn't beat the Giants these days? But the Giants kind of gave the game away. It's time to start looking at Joe Judge. I think the seat's getting a little warm for him. I'm going to take Washington because I think they play better defense. It's minus 1.5. I'm taking Washington minus 1.5. Over-under is 47.5. Detroit at Chicago. You know, Detroit, they almost won. They missed a delay of game penalty. You know, it's tough for Detroit. But I think they're going to pull it off this week. They're in Chicago. Chicago starting Justin Fields. The kid's going to be good, but he's not good yet. And the head coach there, was it Campbell? You know, the guy was talking about when he was hired, his players will bite off kneecaps. He's out there playing right. And the quarterback, the ex-Ram quarterback, he's playing okay. He's got to have a first half like he has second half, and they'll do well. But I'm going to take Detroit in Chicago plus 3 points. Over-under is 42.5. Fanduel bet here. I think wasn't there a Fanduel in there? Hold on. By the way, Fanduel is on Jacksonville, Cincinnati. That's a Fanduel bet. And the Detroit is a Fanduel bet. Sunday, 1 o'clock, another Fanduel bet. Tennessee at the Jets, one of the teams I won with last week. The Jets, the kid, Zach Wilson, can play. You've got to give him time. The thing is, when he has the time, he takes too much time. The kid's got to get rid of the ball a little quicker. I'm going to go with Tennessee. I think they're going to run right through the Jets. I'm taking Tennessee at a spot, and the over-under is 44.5. I'm taking Tennessee minus 7, and the over-under is 44.5. Sunday, you got Cleveland at Minnesota. Minnesota's a bit snake-bitten. I'm going to go with Cleveland, minus 2.5 at Minnesota. I think Cleveland's just a better team. The over-under is 51.5. Indianapolis, Carson Wentz, I'm not sure if he's starting this weekend. Jacoby Brissett's starting for Miami. There is heavy rumors that Miami wants to trade for Houston's Deshaun Watson, so we'll see how that goes. But right now, I'm going to go with Jacoby Brissett because I'm not sure about Carson Wentz. I'm going to take Miami at home, minus 1.5, over under 42.5. Carolina at Dallas. Carolina is 3-0. Sam Darnold, the ex-Jet quarterback, looks like he's playing pretty well. McCaffrey is out, and that's a big problem for Carolina. Dallas is playing really good. They bailed me out Monday night against Philly. I'm going to go with Dallas again. The defense could be better, and I think eventually by the end of the year it is. I'm not sure about that coach. I don't understand what happened with the timeouts. He should have taken a timeout at the end of the second half. But I'm going to go with Dallas, even with questionable coaching. I'm going to take Dallas minus 4.5. Over-under is 50.5. My New York Giants are in New Orleans. New Orleans is a team I have yet to win on this season. It's a Jekyll and Hyde team. They're terrible, they're good, then they're terrible, and they're good. I'm going to assume since they're playing the Giants, they're going to be good again. I'm going to take New Orleans, -7 at home, over-under 41.5. I'm going against my Giants. Sunday, 1 o'clock, KC at Philly. KC is angry. Philly is upset. KC lost. They're 1-2. So KC's got to get it on. And I think KC's going to get it on this weekend. I'm taking KC at Philly, -7, over-under 54.5. Houston at Buffalo. This one, I just finally made the pick just before the cameras turned on. This is a huge spot, 15.5 points. And you know what happens? These good teams against the bad teams, they run up the score, and then like the fourth quarter, they kind of lay back. They play prevent defense. The fourth stringers come in, and that's where those big lines come in. But I think Buffalo wants to make a statement after the way they started this year. I'm going to take Buffalo, -15.5 points. The over-under is 47.5. Arizona at Rams, probably one of the games of the week. And I went with Tampa Bay, even though at the beginning of the season, I said the Rams look like a Super Bowl team with Matthew Stafford, and they do. And they beat TD Brady last week. I took Brady. I should have went with my own prediction during the beginning of the year. I'm going to go with the Rams again versus Arizona. It's Arizona at Rams. Rams -4.5, over-under 54.5. Seattle at San Francisco. Frisco lost to Green Bay. He took Frisco. It's hard to figure out Aaron Rodgers in the Green Bay Packers, isn't it? Seattle at Frisco. Seattle is starting to simmer down now. I think playing at home, San Francisco, Jimmy G's got to make a point here. I'm going to go with San Francisco -3, over-under 52.5. Fanduel game, Baltimore at Denver. Baltimore is riding pretty high, especially on a last-second record-breaking 66-yard field goal. Teddy Bridgewater's playing good in Denver. They're 3-0. I'm going to go with Baltimore. And when I made the bet on FanDuel, it was Baltimore +1. Right now, it's Baltimore -1. I'm taking it either way. I'm going with Baltimore. I'll say it right now. Baltimore -1. The over-under is 44.5. Pittsburgh at Green Bay. Big Ben, he looks tired. The arm looks tired. And I'm going to ride with Aaron Rodgers. I haven't done well betting with them or betting against them. But I'm going to go with Green Bay. At Green Bay, -6.5, over-under 45.5. Game of the week. Brady is back in Foxborough. See how the crowd responds to him. I am sure it's going to be very positive when TB12 comes back. I'm going to take Tampa Bay. This is really Brady versus Belichick. I'm going to take Tampa Bay -7, over-under 49.5. And Monday night, you got Las Vegas Raiders at the Chargers. Chargers are a real good team. Their second-year quarterback's playing really well, Hebert. I'm going to go with the Chargers, -3.5. Over-under is 52.5. Bet with your head. Don't bet a lot of money. Some of these FanDuels, I'm betting like $15 on. Don't go crazy. Be good. Be safe. Good luck. I'll see you next week. Good night.